Going on, everybody? It's Key Time coming back to talk about the NCAA Men's College National Basketball Championship that was last night between the Purdue Boilermakers versus the UConn Huskies. Now, what I said before the game is exactly what happened. UConn was going to fill out Purdue the first couple of minutes, and that's exactly what they did. And then in the second half, UConn just took over the game. But now I want to go down a list of a few players on Purdue. Basically, Zach Eddy, he had like a good game, but he needed about 55, 60 points in order to win this game. He finished the game with 37 points and 10 rebounds. The other players that remotely came close to him is Braden Smith with 12 points and Lace Jones with 5 points. And another thing, I looked at the stats. The stats that from the 3 point line, Purdue was 1 of 7. Throughout the season, they made at least 8 to 10 threes a game. So that hurt them too. Now another thing that hurt them is only thing that they were trying to do is pack UConn in the paint, get it down to Ely on the block, and let him score. UConn, they double teamed Edie. Sometimes they triple teamed Edie. On top of that, outside of the outside of Purdue and Edie, the bench, the Purdue Boilermakers bench only scored 2 points in the entire contest. Just like I said with Iowa. Iowa didn't score any points off the bench. You cannot win a championship in basketball and not have bench production. Now, as far as UConn, they had a ton of bench production last night. Purdue, the last 3 years, they have been knocking at the door. Last year, lost in the Sweet 16. The year before that, lost in the Sweet 16. And this year, get all the way to the championship and lose again. Now, the coach there, I'm not sure. He still have 3 more years on his contract, so everybody still give him time. But it's becoming a ritual with Purdue year after year. You have a good team, then you get that April, then you get the March and April, then you fold, not producing at the biggest time in the game and in the season. So that's where in the Purdue failed to score in the second half. They finished with 11 points in the second half. UConn basically shut them down. Outside of Zach Edey, they were not getting any shots off. Free throws, Purdue was missing free throws, and everything just went downhill when the UConn Huskies got up by 15. I said that this game is going to be over, and it was over. Now, I want to get to UConn. They are the back-to-back champions. First off, couple of the players had a good game. Tristan Newton, he had 20 points. Cam Spencer had 11 points. Stephen Castle had 15 points. Devon Callaghan had 11 points. So they were basically balanced throughout this entire game. And on top of that, as far as 3 points, they took too many 3 pointers, but they made 6 of them. And from the free throw line, they were 9 of 11. UConn, like I've been saying all year, all season, I said the best team in all of college basketball is UConn. It's not Purdue, it's not Houston, it's not Iowa, it's not Cincinnati, it's not nobody else, because we seen last night who was the ultimate best team in college football, and that's the UConn Huskies. Now, the last question for the day, and I'm gonna end it, and I'm gonna end this show, right? I'm gonna end the show after this question. Can UConn make a three-peat? Maybe, but just let them enjoy this repeat, the first repeat since my dearly beloved Florida Gators did it in 2006 and 2007. So congratulations to UConn for accomplishing that feat. Can they get a three-peat? They probably can, but they gonna have to add some new players, get some players out of the transfer portal, recruit some new players. You can't come back with the same team that you've had for this year and last year. You cannot come back with the same players from the last 2 years. UConn, you have got to reload your squad in order to get a three-peat. And with that, that is my reaction from the 2024 NCAA Men's National Basketball Championship game. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so that you will get notified of all of my content on YouTube. And another thing, remember, the key is always on time.